Have you ever wondered why the people living in the biggest houses and driving the flashiest cars aren't always truly wealthy, and why, on the other hand, the real millionaires around us might just be quiet neighbors who never show off? The Millionaire Next Door reveals a shocking but deeply inspiring truth. Most millionaires in America don't live the way we think they do. They don't flaunt their wealth. They don't spend extravagantly. And most importantly, they built their fortunes through surprisingly simple yet powerful financial habits. In this video, we were going to uncover 20 core lessons from this classic book, principles that, if applied, can completely transform your financial mindset and put you on a path to lasting wealth. Let's begin this journey into the secrets of quiet millionaires. Who knows, one of them might just be the person sitting next to you at your favorite coffee shop this morning. Lesson 1. Don't judge wealth by appearance. When we think of a millionaire, what comes to mind? A flashy sports car, a giant mansion with marble floors, designer suits, private jets, gold watches. Right? Wrong. One of the most powerful revelations from the Millionaire Next Door is this. Most millionaires don't look rich at all. They live in modest homes, often in working-class neighborhoods. They drive cars that are a few years old, sometimes a decade old. They buy clothes on sale, eat at local diners, and you might even see them mowing their own lawn. Because they understand one fundamental truth: wealth is what you don't see. It is not the car in your driveway, the shoes on your feet, or the watch on your wrist. It's the money quietly compounding in your investment account. It's in the house that you paid off, the peace of mind that comes from zero debt. In contrast, many people who look rich are living on borrowed money, leasing luxury, finding a lifestyle that bleeds them dry month after month. So here in the lesson, if you want to be rich, stop trying to look rich. Start building real wealth, right, silently, patiently, like the millionaire next door. Because true wealth doesn't scream, it whispers. Lesson 2. Live below your means. Here's something that might surprise you. Most millionaires didn't become rich by earning millions. They became rich by spending less than they earn, and consistently, for years. This is one of the most important principles in the Millionaire Next Door. Live below your means, not just within them. Living within your means you spend everything you earn. No debt, but no savings either. Living below your means means you create space to invest, to save, to breathe. It's not about being cheap, it's about being intentional. Millionaires understand the power of delayed gratification. They will skip the luxury car today so they can invest in real estate. They will pass on the $400 sneakers to put that money into their Roth IRA. Over time, these small decisions compound. It's not flashy, it's not sexy, but it works. Meanwhile, many people raise their lifestyle every time they get a raise. More income equals more spending. That's why they stay stuck in a rat race, no matter how much they make. So what's the tie-in here? Wealth isn't built by how much you make, it's built by how little you need to spend. If you can master this mindset, you are already ahead of 90% of people. Because real financial freedom starts with living well below your means. Lesson 3. Income doesn't equal wealth. Let's clear up one of the biggest money myths out there. Just because someone makes a lot of money doesn't mean they're wealthy. You will probably seen it. The guy with a six-figure salary, a luxury car, and designer everything, yet somehow always stressed about money. Why? Because high income doesn't guarantee financial security. What really matters is how much you keep, not how much you earn. The Millionaire Next Door found that many true millionaires actually earn average incomes. They are teachers, engineers, small business owners. But they save diligently, invest wisely, and avoid lifestyle inflation. Meanwhile, a person earning $250,000 a year might still be broke, living paycheck to paycheck, buried in debt, constantly upgrading their lifestyle. Think of it this way. A big income is just potential. Wealth is what you do with it. It's not about how fancy your paycheck looks. It's not about whether you have control of your money or whether your money controls you. So next time you hear someone brag about their job title or salary, remember this. It's not what you make, it's what you keep. That's in the millionaire mindset. Lesson 4. Build wealth, not status. Herein a hard truth. Most people care more about looking rich than being rich. They want to impress friends, co-workers, strangers on social media. So they buy things they can't afford. Luxury brands, fancy vacations, high-end gadgets, lust to appear successful. But millionaires, they do the opposite. They care about building real wealth, the slow, quiet, steady, They've been more interested in owning appreciating assets than depreciating toys. They buy stocks, not sneakers, real estate, not Rolex. They understand something powerful. Status fades, assets grow. Spending money to impress others is like pouring water into a leaking bucket. You feel good for a moment, then you left empty and in debt. The truly wealthy don't care about looking rich because they are rich. They'd rather have freedom, security, and control than approval from strangers. So here we are. The shift: stop chasing status, start chasing stability. The quiet millionaire next door is too flashy, but they're free, and freedom, not fame, is the real flex. Lesson 5. Budgeting isn't without restriction, nor ít control. Most people hear the word budget and immediately think of sacrifice. No fun, no spending, no life. But hearing what millionaires know, budgeting isn't too about saying no to everything. It's about saying yes to what matters most. Millionaires don't just spend less, they spend with intention. They tell their money where to go instead of wondering where it went. They create a plan. They track their spending. They understand the difference between wants and needs, between short-term pleasure and long-term peace. Does that mean they never enjoy life? Of course not, but they don't let impulse purchases hijack their goals. They spend freely on what they value and cut ruthlessly on what they don't. A budget does to limit you. It empowers you. It's in the steering wheel that helps you drive toward financial freedom instead of drifting through debt. So if you think budgeting is boring, think again. It's not about restriction. It's about control. And control is what separates the broke from the wealthy. Lesson 6. Financial independence is the ultimate goal. Herein something millionaires understand better than most. The goal isn't just to make money. It's to never need to work for money again. That's what financial independence means. It's not early retirement or sipping cocktails on the beach, unless that's your thing. It's about freedom. Learn the freedom to choose your work, your lifestyle, your priorities. Millionaires plan for this early. They save aggressively. They invest consistently. They live well below their means so that one day they can live on their own terms. Most people spend decades trapped in jobs they hate, working for bills and debts. But financial independence flips the script. Now your investments pay you. Your money works harder than you do. And it doesn't require millions to get started. It just requires discipline, time, and a plan. So instead of asking, how can I get rich? Start asking, how can I buy back my time? Because at the end of the day, money is just a tool. The real wealth, time, freedom, and peace of mind. Lesson 7. Self-discipline is generational wealth. Ever wonder how some families stay wealthy across generations, while others lose it in just one? The answer isn't to luck. It's self-discipline. Learn, practice, taught, and passed down. Millionaires are disciplined with their spending, saving, and investing. But more importantly, they instill those values in their kids. They teach them how money works, what delayed gratification means, and why living below your means leads to long-term freedom. They don't hand their children wealth, they hand them the tools to create it. Compare that to families where money is spent as fast as it comes in. No lesson, no planning, just consumption. That's how wealth disappears. Self-discipline isn't too about deprivation. Caution about consistency and control. Choosing your future over your impulses. You want to build real wealth. Start building better habits and then teach them. Because true legacy isn't to a bank balance. It's in a mindset that lasts beyond you. Lesson 8. Avoid debt. Like the plague, debt is like a leaky boat. No matter how hard you row, you are always sinking. Millionaires know this. They avoid debt unless it's absolutely necessary, like a mortgage on a modest home or a strategic business loan. But credit card debt, car loans, personal loans, for flashy things, that's financial poison. Most people don't get rich because they spend their future income before they even earn it. They use debt to chase lifestyles they can't afford, then spend years or decades paying it off. The average millionaire next door doesn't live like that. They use cash, they delay gratification. They rather drive a used car and sleep peacefully than drive a luxury car and lose sleep over bills. Debt is a trap. It steals your freedom, limits your choices, and kills your momentum. So if you want to build wealth, step 1 is simple. Stay out of debt. Freedom starts when the interest stops. Lesson 9. Choose your spouse wisely. Lady, your financial partner. Want to double your chances of building wealth? Marry someone who shares your financial values. It sounds simple, but it's a game changer. Millionaires often attribute their success to having a partner who supports smart financial decisions, someone who values saving, who does to chase status, who can say more to unnecessary spending. Because let's be real, you can save, invest, and work hard. But if your partner is racking up debt or resents your discipline, it's like swimming against the current. Wealth is too just about numbers. It's about alignment, communication, and shared goals. Talk about money, early set boundaries, make plans together. Because financial stress is one of the top reasons relationships fail. But financial unity, that's in rocket fuel. Your spouse is still just your romantic partner. They're your business partner in life. Choose wisely, grow together, and build an unshakable financial foundation. Lesson 10. Time is more valuable than money. Millionaires treat time like the most valuable asset. Because it is money can be earned, lost, and earned again. But time, once it's gone, it's gone forever. That's why the wealthy often optimize their time, not just their budgets. They delegate tasks, rope out their finances, and say no to distractions that don't serve their goals. And when it comes to building wealth, they start early. They know that compound interest favors the patient, not the rich. So the sooner you start saving, investing, and learning, the more powerful your results will be. Millionaires don't waste time chasing big, get-rich-quick schemes. They focus on bonjij, eventually, slowly, surely, wisely. So if you're trading time for money, make sure you're buying something meaningful in return. Freedom, growth, peace of mind. Because in the end, wealth isn't just about dollars. It's about having the time to live the life you truly want. Lesson 11. Avoid economic outpatient care. Many parents unknowingly cripple their children's financial future by constantly giving them money. The book calls this economic outpatient care, and it's more harmful than it seems. Helping your kids too much can create dependence. They may never learn to budget, delay gratification, or take responsibility. Instead of becoming wealth builders, they become wealth consumers, living beyond their actual means because of your support. Millionaire parents in the book, they rarely give handouts. Instead, they give something more powerful: financial education, values, and independence. If you're always bailing out your kids, they may never learn the hard but necessary lessons about money. Let them fall, let them budget, let them hustle. Because the goal isn't just to raise rich kids, it's to raise capable, disciplined adults. Lesson 12. Financial independence is the ultimate goal. Millionaires don't dream of yachts, they dream of freedom. The real goal of wealth isn't to luxury, it's in independence. That means waking up and doing what you want, not needing to work unless you choose to. Having the freedom to say no to bad bosses, toxic clients, or meaningless work. Millionaires focus their efforts not on getting richer, but on buying back time. They invest in assets that produce passive income. They reduce unnecessary expenses, and they avoid debt like the plague. Because every dollar saved is just a number, right? It's a piece of your future bought back. Lesson 13. You can build wealth without discipline. Let's be honest, budgeting, saving, investing, none of that is easy. But wealth isn't to build on watching easy. It's built on watching discipline. Millionaires don't just spend when they feel like it. They track expenses, they follow a plan. They say no to things they want today for the future they want tomorrow. Discipline isn't too sexy, but it's powerful. Because every time you skip the impulse purchase, you flex your upper wealth muscle. Over time, those habits compound, and they separate the rich from the broke. Remember, being smart with money isn't about being perfect. It's about being consistent. Lesson 14. Choose the right partner. When financially and personally, one of the most underrated secrets of millionaire success, they marry the right person. The book found that most millionaires are in stable, long-term marriages, and their spouses share the same values: frugality, hard work, and long-term thinking. If one person is a saver and the other a spender, it's a financial war waiting to happen. But when both partners are aligned, wealth grows faster. With less stress. Millionaire couples talk about money. They plan together, they support each other, their goals. They don't keep financial secrets. So before you choose a life partner, ask yourself, do they want a wealthy life or just a wealthy lifestyle? Lesson 15. Focus on net worth, not just income. Herein a mind-blowing truth: many high earners are broke. Why? Because they focus on income, not net worth. You could earn $250,000 a year and still have nothing to show for it. If you spend it all, you're just a high-income consumer. Millionaires focus on building assets. They track their net worth, their total wealth after subtracting debts. That's in the real scoreboard. If your income goes up, but your net worth does too, something gone wrong. Maybe it's a lifestyle creep. Maybe it's poor investing. Maybe it's bad money habits. Whatever it is, fix it, because wealth isn't to what you earn, it's in what you keep. Lesson 16. Millionaires know how to say boo, no, yo. True wealth is just about earning money. It's about knowing what not to spend it on. Millionaires are masters at saying both no, go, no to impulse buys, no to luxury upgrade. They don't to need, no to trying to keep up with the neighbors. They don't to view every raise or bonus as an excuse to upgrade their lifestyle. Instead, they reinvest it in their businesses, in the stock market, or in their kids' education. This ability to delay gratification is what separates the truly wealthy from those who only look wealthy. Millionaires pride their financial goals over social approval. They understand that peace of mind, freedom, and long-term success are worth far more than a new iPhone or designer shoes. So the next time you're tempted by something shiny, ask yourself, does this bring me closer to financial freedom? Or pull me further away? Because sometimes the smartest financial move is simply saying, no. Lesson 18. Millionaires take responsibility. Herein something most millionaires have in common. They don't blame others for their situation. They take responsibility, full ownership of their choices, their spending, their investments, and their future. No excuses. No finger pointing. Just action. They know life isn't to always fair, but they don't waste time complaining. Instead, they focus on what they can control. Their habits, discipline, and mindset. This level of accountability is rare, but it's powerful. It's what helps them build and protect their wealth. If you want to build a millionaire mindset, start by dropping the blame game. Whether it's student loans, bad bosses, or a tough economy, your financial future is still in your hands. Because here and the truth, no one is coming to rescue you. But the good news, you don't need them. Lesson 19. Millionaires have a long-term mindset. We live in a world of instant everything, instant food, instant entertainment, instant gratification. But millionaires, they play the long game. They understand that wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. They invest for decades, not days. They set goals that span 10, 20, even 30 years, and then they stick to them. They're not chasing the next crypto coin or TikTok stock tip. They're building slow, steady, and smart, and they know that consistency beats intensity every time. If you want to build wealth like a millionaire, stop asking, whoa, how can I get rich fast? And start asking, how can I stay rich forever? Because the people who win with money aren't the ones who sprint. They're the ones who stay in the race. Lesson 20. Millionaires build, not brag. Let you in on this. Most millionaires don't talk about how rich they are. They don't post about it. They don't show off. They just build. They build businesses. They build portfolios. They build lives of freedom, brick by brick. They understand that wealth is done for bragging. It was security, for impact, for legacy. It's about giving their kids options, giving themselves peace, and giving the world something better. So if you want to think like a millionaire, don't worry about proving your worth. Just keep building it. Because when you're truly wealthy, the numbers speak for themselves. So we just explored 20 key lessons from The Millionaire Next Door, a book that not only challenges the way we see wealthy people, but also helps reshape our own mindset about money, values, and true freedom. Out of all these lessons, which one resonated with you the most? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I do love to hear what stood out to you the most. Thanks for watching the video. If you found this content helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos. BookSnack is your go-to place for short and enjoyable book summaries. Got a book you go like us to cover next? Drop the title in the comments below. I will be reading all of them and picking the most requested ones. Thanks again for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video.